Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been like MIA, like in person talking to you guys. This is my first video, like first official video for 2020, so I'm so excited. I'm gonna be like more consistent, I promise. I know I say this all the time, but no, for real. It's so good to see you guys. I hope you guys are having a great year. I am, and it's off to like a slow and steady start, so we're just gonna hang in there and keep it pushing. So I thought it would be a great way to enter 2020 for my channel to make a video on vision boards, because I really want us to accomplish our goals. I know I am on a mission to accomplish all my goals this year, be consistent, be dedicated, stay focused, and just like really go in on it. And I think a great way to do that is to have a vision board, because every day you can see it, see your goals, because seeing it, visualizing it is what helps you manifest it. So I've written down a couple of things. I'm gonna go over the points with you guys, and I hope this helps. Unfortunately, I won't be showing you guys my vision board, just because my personal opinion is that it's something sacred, something private. You don't want people looking at it, putting their energy on it and all that stuff. So when I do my vision board, I do it in private, I do it at home, like the vibe is right and everything. So I won't be showing you guys my actual vision board, but I will tell you guys like tips that I used to make my vision board like A1. And I really think that vision boards are so important, because like even though you have your goals in your head, it's like, okay, that's not really good enough, because if it was, you would have them all accomplished already. So to me, a vision board is like putting your address into the GPS. That way it can take you on the right path. And if along that path you see different things, that's okay, but it's like you have to have a plan and a map to actually bring your goals to life, you know, to actually accomplish your goals and bring those dreams to reality. So that's how I see it like putting in my location in the GPS. And sometimes, even though when you know where you're going, you still put it in just to see if there's traffic, like which way is going to take longer, you know, this and that. So like to me, it's super important. Like I really believe in vision boards and stuff like that. So this year I took it to the next level. Before, I used to just like cut shit out in magazines and stuff and whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing and get right into it. So the first thing that I recommend is to break it into categories, because like for me, I have so many goals and they're different. Like some are career goals, some are personal goals. My battery's about to die. And also, I feel like breaking it down into categories is really helpful, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Because if you just write them all down, it's like it can be very like overwhelming and consuming. So I break it down into categories. So for example, I'm gonna like run through some of my categories just to give you guys ideas. And and before I did it, I wrote them down so that I would know what I wanted to print out, like picture wise and like quotes and stuff like that. So like I had physical goals, finance, business, fashion, collaborations, YouTube, travel, personal, music, philanthropy, like love, like living situation, so stuff like that. Like that's how I break it down. That way I make sure I cover every single thing. Like you don't want to just have your vision board be only career goals. I mean, unless that's the only thing you want to achieve. But I mean, you know, for me, there's like many different things. So yeah, break it down into categories so that you don't get overwhelmed and you have everything that you want down. The second thing is to be specific. Okay, like you just can't be like, oh, I want to be rich. Okay, Susan, can you elaborate? Like, don't be mad when you're rich in lemons. You weren't specific. Like, if you want to be rich financially, like say that and put the amount that you want. If you want a certain number of subscribers or followers, make it specific, so that, because once you put a number to it, it automatically triggers something in you that you kind of understand how much work is going to go into that. Like if you say if you're starting from 0, let's say subscribers, and you're like, oh, I want to get 1,000. Once you say that, it's like, okay, you kind of have an idea of a gauge of what you need to get done. If you say you want to have 10,000, it's like, oh, okay, oh shit. Like it just instills in you how much, like the reality of what it's going to take to get there. And having that number, at least you know how much work you're gonna put into it, and at least you'll get close to that goal. But if you just make a number, like if you don't make any number, I want to just get subscribers. Well, if you get one, it's like, well, you did get a subscriber. So I think it's key to be specific. Another tip that I have is to customize your vision board to you. Like, I know before, when I used to do my vision boards, I would just cut things out in magazines and stuff, and you know, like, that was all right. But I feel like my vision board now, I look at it and it looks like mine. Like, you should feel connected to your vision board. If it feels like, oh, that's cool, I mean, yeah, fitness, yeah, sure. Like, if you're like that, that's not cool. You need to look at your vision board and be like, this is for me. Like, it needs to be connected. So for me, I took my time. So take your time and really think about the images. Like for fitness, for example, like I have my body inspo goals. So I legit took those people and like, that's the body that like, and obviously we have different body types, but it's just looking at it and understanding. Because when you see the type of body that you want, it's like, yo, can't be slacking at the gym, gotta eat right, like all those things. So I think having a visual of the type of body that you at least are aiming for, I think is better than just putting like fitness or like somebody working out in the gym. It's like, it's not connecting. You know what I mean? Like, you want it to connect to you, you want it to be customized to you. You want to feel like, if you just look at it and you feel like, oh, that's a really cool vision board, no. You want to look at it and be like, this is for me. I'm getting, this is what I'm doing this year. I'm getting this, I'm achieving this goal, I'm getting this done. So yeah, take your time and prepare it and figure out what quotes mean something to you. Don't just cut out a picture. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't do it. If you don't like that body type or that goal or whatever, don't print that picture out just to print it out. Find one that you feel like it speaks to you and you will feel moved to stick to that goal and accomplish it. That makes sense. So don't just put any random house on there. If you have a specific house or a type of house that you would like, a type of apartment, put that type of apartment. Don't put a 1-bedroom if you want a 3-bedroom. You get what I'm saying? If you want an apartment with a balcony or a house with the view, get that type. Like, try to be as specific as possible so that when you see it, it's like, this is what I want. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, if this is gonna be in there, but this is an unpopular opinion. I just feel like vision board, like, I'm not really a fan of like vision board parties. Like, because it's not that people are intentionally negative, but I just think like sometimes your goals and dreams may be so big at the moment, like they may seem so far out of your reach, that if you tell somebody, like, let's say you just started and you're like, I want to be an influencer, and they're like, you want to be an influencer? You don't need that energy. You need it to feel as positive as possible. You need to like, as big as your dreams are, in that moment when you're putting them and cutting them up, you need to feel like, I can do this. You know, you don't need anybody looking at your vision board like, okay. Like, you don't want that. So for me, it's very personal, which leads me to my next point, which is to set the vibe. Like, I really thought about like before 2020, I had already like started imagining, which is like manifestation, but I already started imagining how I want to create my vision board. I was like, I'm gonna have my sage going, I'm gonna have my incense burning, like music playing to just get me feeling good, get my vibration high, so that as I'm putting these things down, I'm doing it with a positive mindset. I'm believing in what I'm saying and not just like cutting it up like, oh yeah, right, well, let's just do this damn vision board and just, they say this shit works, like let's hope and pray. It's like, no, for me it's really serious. So I made sure that my mindset, I was in a good mood and just doing everything. So I think so for me, in my opinion, that is a good tip, is to set the vibe. Like, if you're in a bad mood, probably just pick another day, you know. I think you should be in a good mood. If you like to drink, maybe have a glass of wine just to calm you, and you want your belief in what you're putting out there, like on your vision board, to feel like you can achieve it, as big as it may seem at that moment, as far out of your reach as it may seem at that moment. You want to feel like, I don't care, this dream is big, this sounds unrealistic, but right now I believe it. So that's my tip for that. And another tip too, which is I think one of the most important tips I would say, and I've learned as I've been writing down my goals and stuff like that, is to feel worthy. I feel like as much as you dream for something and want something, sometimes we don't feel worthy of it, and that is what's blocking us from getting it. So if you grew up in like in the limiting belief system, like, you know, or like if you grew up in lack, or like people always tell like, money doesn't grow on trees, how you think you can afford that? You can't afford that. Like if you grew up like that, which a lot of us did grow up like that, subconsciously it's instilled in you. So when you put on your vision board, I want to be a millionaire, it's like there's a little voice like, okay, you know, you want to feel worthy of it. And I think a lot of times I've noticed that with myself too. Goals that I've had, I just didn't feel like I was worthy of it. Like I don't, you know, who's to say, like, you think you could live downtown Chicago? You like, what makes you think that you could do that? So it's like you have to also, as you're doing your vision board, there's a lot of internal work that you have to do to get your mind on that level as well. You want to vibrate higher, get your mind just on that level to achieve it, because you can, and at first it may not seem realistic, but I just think working on feeling worthy. And if you think about one of your goals and you don't feel like you're worthy of it, you got to ask yourself why, and really get to the bottom of it and change that. You're worthy of anything that you want. You deserve it. And I tell myself, like when I used to have like those limiting beliefs, I'd be like, no, I'm worthy of it, because I'm going to do good with it. I'm going to give back. I'm going to bless other people. I'm good, because if I'm doing well, I can help other people. So for me, I say I'm worthy of it because I'm good. I'm a good person. I'm worthy of it because I'm going to do good with it. I'm going to put back into the universe. So that for me is what makes me feel like I'm worthy of whatever goal I want to accomplish. So I hope that helps you guys. I just think that is like, aside from all those other tips, like feeling worthy of it is it. If you're looking at that goal, if you don't feel like you're worthy of 500,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, you're not gonna get it, as much as you do your vision board. So that's the key thing. Outside of everything else, those are all important, but I really think that we need to feel worthy. I know a lot of us don't feel worthy of things. Like we just don't feel like, you know, that's why sometimes you might make money and you just lose it and you never can keep money, because subconsciously you think that you don't deserve it, you know. So that's a big one, you know, that I worked through like a couple of years ago. So if you're watching this, I hope this helps. And then the last, to tie it all, and I think that the most important thing is feeling worthy. That's the most important tip I have in this vision board. Whatever you're writing down there, you gotta feel like you deserve it. You have to tell yourself, I am worthy. You are worthy of it. You are. So my last tip is what I feel like it seals the deal for the vision board, is positive affirmations. I try to do these every day. Sometimes I, you know, don't, but I try to do it as much as I can. And I like to write. I'm a person that likes to write things down. So I have a book that is strictly for affirmations, and I say, I am this, I am successful, I am financially stable, I am financially intelligent, I am worthy, I am a queen, I'm a goddess, I'm divine, I am abundant, you know, I'm opulent. Like those things like that I write down. And at first, let me tell you, when you first write them down, like that's when it will tell you where you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Because when you write down, I am a millionaire, it's like, okay, that's not what your bank account says, but okay, sweetie, you're a millionaire. Like all those voices will be in there, but you keep doing it. At first it's gonna, and also I recommend you guys to read the book Think and Grow Rich. It's life-changing. And The Secret is a great, if you haven't heard of that, go watch that. But at first it's going to seem so disconnected. Like I used to be writing stuff down like, what, this shit, I'm gonna just do it because they say it works. But the more all of this is habit. Achieving your goals is having a certain habit that becomes your lifestyle. So at first it's going to seem out of touch, it's going to seem so disconnected, but the more you write your affirmations down, you start believing it more and more and more, and you just start seeing like everything around you changing. So I do highly recommend doing positive affirmations. Also, in addition to me writing them down, I'm gonna leave the guy's page. The page is You Are Creators, and his voice is just so soothing, and he just says like, I am opulent, I am abundant, I am a money magnet, like this and this. So sometimes if I'm cleaning, I'll put it in, put the headphones in, and just have it in, and you're just you are rewiring your brain. You have to. I know I didn't grow up in a abundant prophesying family, okay? So for me, I had to do a lot of rewiring. And he also has videos that you can play in your sleep, like, because when you're sleeping, a lot of stuff is still working. So yeah, these are all my tips. I hope this helped. I hope you guys really do this. You know, it doesn't have to be a grand vision board. It can just be, if it's 3 things, put it on there. If it's a car that you want, like, there's so many people that can attest to vision boards working and affirmations working that it's like, why not try it? I'm just like, just give it a try. So I really want to motivate you guys and inspire you guys to do this, even if it's just 3 things, even if it's 1 thing. If it's a car that you want, print the car out, the exact car that you want, and put it on there, and every day look at it and look at it, and just, the more you look at it, the more real it'll feel. If you want to live at a certain area, drive around with your friends and just imagine yourself living there. These are things that I really believe in. So if it helps somebody or inspires somebody or reassures somebody in what they believe, I believe it too, sis. So if you're going through it, and you think that there is no way out, trust me, as bad as it may seem, start writing it down, start saying it, listening to that stuff. Like, you can really change your life by what you say. What you say has power, what you see has power, what you think and believe has power. So just really rewire your brain, vibrate higher. There are times when you won't believe the things on your vision board, when you won't believe what you're saying, and it's just, do whatever you need to do, whether it's working out, listening to music, chilling, vibing out, like whatever you need to do to keep your energy and your vibration higher. Because the way I see it is, let's say for example you want to, you know, get a certain car, like, I don't know, a G-Wagon, let's just say. I think that G-Wagons, or let's say like they're on a 500 frequency and you're on 200, you gotta do the work. I think once you get to that 500 vibration, if you're vibrating on 500, you will attract everything that comes with being on 500, and the next and the next and the next. So I just feel like, okay, if I'm here right now, I'm vibrating on this frequency, which is why I have this, this, and this. But if I want that, I have to vibrate higher, and that requires discipline, more focus. And once you're doing that, you're vibrating higher. People that work out every day have a different type of frequency when it comes to discipline, and that's why they achieve those goals. So everything that you want is at a certain level. You just have to push to get there. I hope that this inspires you, and let's accomplish our goals. If you feel comfortable and you want to, you can say 1 thing that you want to achieve, and we'll come back in a year and see if you got it. So I'm praying for you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, like the video if you like the video. That really helps me out. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.